What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be taking through the process of creating a map that shows area of study. So in this folder, this Kenya data contains the data, the shapefile that I'll be using in this tutorial, and I'm just going to create a separate folder that is my working space for this project, and I'm just going to name it study area. And for today guys, we're going to use ArcGIS software. So just go ahead and open your ArcGIS software, and the first thing that I need to do is to add this shapefile that I need. So the shapefile in this particular folder called Kenya data. So that's what I'm going to add. In order to add data, just click this button. It's for adding data, and I'm going to just connect the folder. Kenya data, and the data that we're dealing with this constituency. So just click on that particular shapefile. So guys, this is the shapefile, and we're going to extract data from this particular shapefile. So if we open the attribute table, now this is the data that I'm really interested in, and from this particular data you can see that this whole country, Kenya, and in this particular country we have I think two levels of administrative boundaries. We have the county and we have the constituency. So from the country we go to county, then constituency. So I'm really interested with the county and constituency, and the county that I'm interested in is called Kakamega. In order to extract Kakamega, what I'm going to do is to select click this button, select by attribute, and we're going to create a simple SQL query, and we're going to choose this particular county name is equal to, so select all from constituencies where county name is equals to what you want is Kakamega. So if you click this unique value, it will actually throw out all the values for the names of the counties that are available. So if I click on this go to, and then I start typing the name Kakamega, now you see you have Kakamega. Just double click on it so you can actually verify, but it's not very necessary. If you are sure about what you're doing, then apply. So we have Kakamega highlighted. Let me just minimize that. So it means this is the county that we're interested in, and the subdivided shapefiles are the constituencies that are found within this particular region, Kakamega region. So we're just going to extract this shapefile that we've just highlighted. Just make sure that it's still, you have followed the process that I've shown you. Just query that particular if you have forgotten, just go to select by attribute, then go to country name equals to, then get unique value. Just start typing the name that you want, then set. So we have all the constituencies in Kakamega County. So the next step is to extract this particular shapefile, and to do that we're going to right click while still highlighted. Just right click on that particular shapefile and go to data, then export. We're going to export it to the folder that I created, and let me just, I'm just going to put it right here, and I'm going to call it Kakamega. Now you can go ahead and deselect that particular. Now we have another shapefile, the Kakamega one. But again, if you open this Kakamega, this is now a whole county with the different constituencies. You have Shinyalu, Matunga, all the way to Likuyani. Now the constituency that I'm inserted in is this Lurambi. So in order to extract this Lurambi constituency, you're going to repeat the same process to extract. So just go ahead and double click on constituency, and equals to get unique value. Said I'm dealing with the Likuyani. Apply. So when it's still highlighted, just right click and go to data, export. Give it the name Lurambi. Save and add. Now we have Lurambi. So what you're going to do, going to change the values. So for Kakamega, I'm just going to choose this particular color, and for Lurambi, which is area of interest, I'm going to choose this one. I think this one is better. Yes. Now what we need to do is to add 2 more data frames, and as we continue, we'll get to understand why we are adding 2 data frames. But for this particular one, just name it Kakamega. This is for Kakamega County. So although it's for Kakamega, I'm going to add Lurambi. And we're going to create now the last data frame for Now Lurambi constituency. Okay, now if you want to switch from one data frame to another, if I want to go to this particular data frame, just right click and then activate. If you want to go to the original data frame or our first data frame, just right click. And so now we have what we need to start creating a map layout. What we need to do again is to set up our page. So just click the file tab and then go to page and print setup, and A2. And in order to get to A2, just make sure that under map page size, uncheck this particular checkbox. Make sure that it is unchecked, and then you can choose A2, and then yeah, just make it leave it as portrait, then click OK. Now again, now to start creating a map layout. In order to do so, just make sure that you switch from a data view to layout view. And in order to do that, make sure that you resize your table of content correctly, so that you can be able to see these little icons. The first one is for data view. So I hope you can see my mouse. The first one, say, is data view. If you hover around, you'll see that it's data view. The next one is for layout view. So now you're going to move to layout view. Just click on it, and now you realize that now we have 3 data frames. But from what I'm seeing, just need to switch to reset my page to landscape. Then okay, go back to layout. Now we have 3 data frames. This one is for whole country. Just open and switch off that particular layer. Now that we have our, now I'm going to move data frame for area of study on the left, and it's going to cover a large area because it's the layer that we're most interested in. Just resize your data frames accordingly. This one is for Kakamega County, the whole county that encompasses the Lurambi, and now we have one for Kenya, the whole country, that is. try as much as possible to make sure that your data frames are correctly resized. I think that's okay. Now what we need to do next is to adjust the scale. So now these are three different data frames. So when you click one of these, like this one is highlighted, you know that whatever changes that we're making will affect only this particular data frame. So I'm going to start with the data frame for the whole country. This particular one is highlighted, and I'm going to adjust the scale from 11 million to at least 10 million. So what if we make it to 8? Just keep adjust until you achieve a desirable result. Then make sure that is that one I think is now okay. Now let's move to the second one, the data frame for Kakamega County. So let me adjust again. I think this one will be, try to make it 2 million. I just need to change a few things. Let me go for this particular symbol selector. I think it will make it more clear. Let me adjust again to at least 6. Let's make it 5. 500 is too much. Let me stick to 600,000. Now for this one, for the area of study, can make it 400,000. But if we change that to 30,000, it's too large. 80,000. 80,000 is fine. So I'll stick to 80,000, to a scale of 80,000. Now let's now start adding map elements. Start with the first one, the country one. The first thing we need to do is to add the title. Okay. just double click to change elements, and I'm going to change I'm going to give it Times New Roman and bold, make it bold and underlined, and reduce this one, but I think it's just okay. Okay. Oh, let me change. So make sure this one is highlighted and type in the type table that you want. Apply. Okay. Move it around. Another thing that I need to add is scale, not arrow. First of all, let us deal with the not arrow. Let me choose that one. Okay. Nothing that I'll just have to add is scale bar. And I'll choose the second one, scale line, then properties, and what I just need, what is important here is the division units. Just make sure that you choose kilometers or the when that is appropriate to you, and the position of that label is, I like it above center, and gaps, let me go for 4. I don't need to add anything, any other thing. I think that's enough. Or I can choose to add legend, which I don't think is very necessary, but I'll just go ahead and add legend. Next. Let me just delete that. Let's move to the second one, county map. So the first thing we need to add is the title. In this one, we're going to change the symbol, make it 28, font 28, bold and underline, and then I like it Times New Roman. That's the font. And this Kakamega County. Okay, apply. Okay. Let me add not arrow. Another thing you need to add to insert is scale bar. And I want to choose alternative scale bar 1, this one. And properties, change that to kilometers, and leave everything as default. Click OK. So me move it a little bit to make space for scale bar. And as always, the label position, this time around I'm going to do above right. Yes, and then another thing I need to add is this one I'm going to add the legend. So next, and border, next, and finish. So now we have the legend, but we're going to do some changes on this particular legend. Just right click. So in order to manipulate or to do some few changes, you need to convert this one, your legend, convert it to graphics. And then again, you need to separate everything. So you're going to ungroup everything so that you can now start dealing with individual elements. So just double click on this legend and change that to administrative boundaries. So this one, just right click and then ungroup. Just double click to change the name. Give it as area of study. Click OK, apply. So right click again and group. Now double click on the text part and change that to Kakamega County. So yes, okay. Now we need to group these elements again. So like this one, make sure that you click and hold Control and then left click, then right click and click group. With the same process for this one, this particular element. And then now that we have these three elements, we need to group them together. So what we need to do is to select all of them, click on administrative boundary, that's a title, and while still holding down the control key, just click area of study and Omega County. Make sure that all of them are highlighted, and then right click and group. So just move it around. Now the boundary will now need to extend a little bit because of this administrative boundary title. Now move it inside this particular outline. Then select the elements, and then at the same time click Control and hold down. Then click the outline the outline or the border. Then right click and group. Now you have your legend right there. You can resize and move it inside the correct map. So what we need to do is to adjust the map to accommodate the legend. Adjust the legend a little bit so that now that we are done with the county, because of time I'm not going to be able to do everything, but for this particular area of study we're going to add all the required map elements. So we're going to start with the title as usual. So just click on title. And give it a name. Rambi constituency, just double click to make some changes. So as usual, I like Times New Roman font. You can choose the one that you want, but for me, I normally like Times New Roman. Make it bold and underline, then give it OK. Okay. The next thing, let me give room for grids and coordinates. So now that we're done with the title, go ahead and insert the north arrow. Let's start with the north arrow. I'm going to choose north 5. Can adjust, just adjust it. Select the data frame again and add another element. This time round we're going to add scale bar, and we're going to be choosing the alternating double, but I'll go for the second one. Under the properties, I'm going to from miles and change that to kilometers. Apply. Okay. And okay. Let me double click again to make some changes. I want the label position above center. Above center. Okay. So since it's too large, another thing you need to add is the scale. Now choose scale, and under properties we're going to choose the absolute. Let me choose again. So scale text what do you want? Scale text. You want to choose absolute. Then okay. Then okay. So you can see our scale now reflects what is inside this scale map scale. So just double click to make some changes. First of all, I want it bold, and the font as usual is Times New Roman, and increase that to 24. Bold. Okay. So we need to add another text in front of this particular scale, so that to show that this is a scale. In order to do that, we're going to add a text. In order to add text under drawing, there's this particular icon with an A. Just click the down arrow and then choose text. So double click to make some changes. Yes. Times New Roman. You want it to match with the font of the scale, so it's 24, and bold. Okay. And here, just give it, change the text to scale, click apply, and okay. So move it closer to your scale, and then while it's still selected, click down the control button and left click on the scale, and then right click to group them together. So now you have scale. Just place it above the left top corner. Then you can move the title, the center of the map, above. So select again the whole data frame, and under insert you have this we need to add legend. So next, it's as usual, Times New Roman. Next, and border of 1 point. Next, finish. As usual, again, just convert to graphics so that we can do some changes and ungroup everything. You can move this border, so change that name to something else as you wish. Or you can leave it as it is. So I'm just going to type administrative. Okay. Then right click again to ungroup. Now you have the text part and the symbol part. Double click on the text part to change that to area of study. Okay. Then while still the text selected, click and hold Control again and left click on this symbol. Right click to ungroup. While still this one is highlighted, click the title and group together. Then so you need to resize our border so that this one can fit. So just adjust until So select your legend. Make sure that your borderline is also selected, and with the two selected, right click and then group. So now we have our legend, and place it anywhere that you want. Let me place it there. So select the data frame again, go to then you want the coordinate system. So it's a good thing to show the coordinate system that you're working on, so that if someone wants to georeference your map or want to use your map for further analysis, can be able to see the coordinate system that you're working on. So need some few changes. Make it the text, change the alignment to just fine, and then increase the font. First of all, change this one to Times New Roman. Increase the font to around 14 and make it italic. Apply. Okay. So need to move the scale. I think you need to add. I think you've added almost everything. So now we are remaining with the grids. So just right click, make sure that the data frame is selected, and right click, then go to properties, and the grids tab, click new grid, and then click measured. Click next. We want grids and the appearance to be grids and labels. So make sure that grids and labels are selected. Then next, then finished. So then apply. So one thing you need to do is to change let me go to properties so you can do some changes. First of all, we need the axis. Axes are okay. So there's nothing here that we need to change. So labels, you need to change that to Times New Roman and increase the font to around 16. Then under label style, the mixed font, you also need to do some change. Additional properties, click the additional properties to change the small fonts that you're seeing here. Change that to Times New Roman. Increase the font to around 10, and the color, the gray color, increase that to 60%. Okay, apply. Then the lines, need to reduce the make it around 30% of black. And system, go to intervals. I think I'll do 5 and 5, just 6 degrees, 6 degrees. Okay, apply. think that's okay for me. I think that one is okay. So so that's the final map. Everything is in place. So what we need to do is to add the arrows. Let's go ahead and under drawing, just click this rectangle. You want to show the position of this particular area. So then right click under properties. You want no fill color, outline color, leave it as it is, then click apply. Okay. Just change that to 2, then think make it red, apply. So we can also add under drawing, just add an arrow. Or to add an arrow, just choose line. So you want a line that shows the position of this particular. Make sure that is straight line, and then double click again. You have to change the symbol and add an arrow at the end, then increase the line and change the color to this one. Yes, click OK, apply. Okay. So we're going to add 2 more arrows from here to here, further from this particular region. So from here, that particular region. Oh, so you're dealing with this one. So from this particular point, that, and from, so let's change some properties of this particular line. Just double click and add arrow to the end. Add the arrow at the end, increase the width and change the color. Okay, like okay. Add another arrow. That particular point, that, double click. So double click again to add an arrow at the end of that line. As usual, increase to 2. Apply. Okay. So guys, I hope this video is helpful. So this is our end product, and so in order to export this particular map, you can export it as a PDF or as an image. So I'm going to export as a PDF so that you can see sorry, before I do that, let me add another data frame. Now for the outside border, so let me just save this to desktop, give it a name. So let's go ahead and export our map, and I'm going to export it as a PDF. So go ahead and click the file tab, and then choose export map, or just let us just export it as JPEG. Then going to save it in this particular folder, click save. So now if I minimize this ArcGIS software and open our, so this is our image, this is the end product for area of study. So I hope this tutorial is helpful to you. So thank you for watching, and kindly remember to subscribe, click the notification bell, give this video a like, and may God bless you. See you in the next tutorial.